PCN is brought to you in part by the following underwriters.
Welcome to another edition of PACTV Community News. I'm Larry King, and tonight Julie and I bring you to a multicultural outdoor event at Miles Standish State Forest, and we meet an aspiring Eagle Scout doing good work in Kingston.
We also have informational stories on e-cigarettes, as well as tips for the mosquito and tick season.
Our health and wellness segment brings us to FitWorks in Pembroke with nutrition tips for diabetics. And we'll hear highlights for the upcoming outdoor farmers market at Plymouth Plantation.
Town Talk is from Pembroke this week with summer happenings all around the town.
We begin tonight's show with a touching dog story, a rescue story from Pembroke. A few months ago, a stray dog was seen walking the streets of Pembroke. After many attempts to catch him, some local residents used hamburgers to lure him in. Since then, Burger the dog has gone through many medical procedures and had many ticks removed from his body. Today, he is a friendly, loving dog enjoying a second chance that he got from his new owners. PCN visited his new family in Pembroke to get a first-hand look at his new home.
We just went to drive down there to see if maybe we could spot him. And I brought my girl dog with me, and sure enough, out of the woods he came. And basically, he would get within probably 10, 15 feet of us, but he would not get any closer. He would let my dog go right up to him. They would play and wrestle. But he was very comfortable with all the other dogs, just he did not want a single person near him. So after Tanya was giving him, cheeseburger after cheeseburger, just trying to get him to come, he would take it, but he would take it from 10 feet away. You had to throw it to him, and you had to back off. If not, he didn't want any part of it. So we just kept doing that for about 2.5 hours, and we gave him water, and as soon as Tanya had pulled out a water bottle, he was so excited, but he still didn't want to take it, so we had to basically cut up a cup so he could drink some water in the middle of the road. And then we just kept trying and trying, and then we tried to block him into someone's backyard, and that wasn't working. So finally, the fact that he loved my dog so much, I ended up just pulling my truck up, putting my dog in the back seat, and then opening the tailgate. And my dog, I just coaxed her and just got her to cry. So I just kept saying, "What's the matter? What's the matter?" And she was wailing and crying. And basically it stressed him out enough for about 20 minutes because he was crying because he wanted her. And sure enough, after about 20, 25 minutes, he just hopped in the back of my truck, and I shut the tailgate. And then at that point, we were just excited because we knew he wasn't going to be out in the cold another night. Pembroke Animal Hospital, where they basically just gave him a quick look over, saw he was covered in ticks. They gave him the Advantix, said not to bathe him for a few days. And at that point, I just took him home with me, cleared out an entire room of furniture. My boyfriend picked him for over an hour, had like more than 40 ticks, and it was just kind of endless. Of course, we fed him, and he just kept eating and eating and eating and drinking. But then he was also marking the walls. He would go to the bathroom on the floor and walk through it. And he never made a peep until finally we were going to bed. We shut all the lights off, and he just started baying in the back room. So his middle name's actually Bayo, because he does this long, low Bayo. He doesn't know sit, he doesn't know paw, he doesn't know stay, he doesn't know come. He basically does not know a single command. But now, I think just for the fact every time I do tell him to come, I give him a treat. So he does come now. And I think he just wants the attention. So if I'm moving around the yard raking, he's pretty much following me right behind, laying in my piles, standing in front of the rake, because he just wants a good rub down. But he's shown no signs of aggression whatsoever. He's just very, very, I don't know, it's like he's very calm, like he's very happy. And then someone said his story's been shared over 1,000 times. Now it's over 2,000 times. And just hearing the nice comments of people who, you know, they have rescues, whether or not they went out and got them themselves, you know, they still have a rescue. And just, it's really supportive to hear all those stories, just knowing that, you know, he is going to adapt and feel better. And just the vets, obviously his vet bills are going to be really high. So just knowing that we set up a fund, and within 24 hours, I think he had like $400 or $500. So some people would do $5, some people go up to $100, and I just think that's amazing.
The Southeastern Pine Barrens Alliance held a multicultural Pine Fest event at Miles Standish Forest earlier this month. The outdoor program was designed to bring education and awareness about nature and outdoor natural activities. The event included shooting arrows, making charcoal, and a natural science lab on wheels. The event drew quite a crowd, and PCN was there to capture the fun.
This is Pine Fest. It's a Pine Barrens multicultural celebration. And the reason we call it that is because we are in the middle of some of the most pristine pitch pine scrub oak pine barrens left on the planet. Southeastern Massachusetts is second next to New Jersey for the amount of pitch pine scrub oak forest that's remaining. So Pine Fest is to help raise awareness of this wonderful environment, but also to engage people in the wonderful environment in which we live. So we've got people kayaking and doing archery and pony rides and all those kind of things that you would do in the forest. We have about 8 or 9 vendors, and we have about 27 participating organizations. But then we also have musicians playing during the day. We had Big Ryan and his puppets here earlier. Some of the people, the vendors, are sharing their stories, books they've written and that kind of thing, and that's been going on during the day too. We had archery from Mass Fish and Wildlife. Right now there's pony rides going on. We have the Friends of Miles Standish up there helping people learn about the forest. They run a great meetup group, take people out on the trails. So they're sharing that information, and they're teaching you how to use your GPS on your iPhone or your smartphone. So they're helping people enjoy the forest too and on the trails. This is the first year we've tried to do this, and I'd say it was a pretty good success, even though we started with pouring rain this morning. It's been going well. I do want to say we couldn't have done this without the help from the cultural councils. We've had grants from 5 cultural councils: Carver, Duxbury, Middleborough, Plymouth, and Wareham all contributed, as did the AD Makepeace Red Brook project. So they've, you know, we couldn't have done this without their financial support. I get really emotional. But this, for years I've thought this is the exact setting where it would be great to bring people for a day to enjoy all the different things this forest has to offer. But we're also trying to help people learn that this is a very fragile resource. And so a lot of the groups here are sharing information about the resource, how to live sustainably here. And for those people who don't believe in global climate change, it is really important that we start talking seriously about what we need to do to save these kind of habitats.
I like to have my fun. If you want a big girl of my baby, bring it with you when you come.
The Duxbury Senior Center hosted an informal panel discussion on e-cigarettes, the ingredients, what regulations are in place for their use, as well as the marketing of them and general health concerns. Panelists included representatives from the Department of Public Health and Mass Municipal Association. PCN was there to learn more. There it is.
Technology always moves faster than government. And I think with e-cigarettes, this is a good example of that. We have a new product on the market, and government is sort of figuring out a way to catch up. should we regulate e-cigarettes? How should we regulate e-cigarettes? What are e-cigarettes? How do they differ from traditional cigarettes? What are the benefits? What are the risks? That's kind of the conversation that I hope we can have tonight. We have some folks from the Mass Department of Public Health that I'll introduce in a minute who are here to provide some information. We have some folks who I think have a different point of view that want to share some information as well.
Okay. What I hope people walked away tonight realizing that A, this is a complex issue, and B, that there are products out there that they may not really know about or understand. And so I hope that they have a better understanding of these products, of how they're used, how they're potentially used by youth when we don't want them to, and how they're marketed, and so that they're better able to make a decision about the product themselves and also talk to their youth, talk to their children about it.
If you're so worried about flavors, are you not worried about the Nicorette gum that's available in flavors like Cool Chill, Cherry Blast, and Mint? And then, of course, it's also... I own a retail vaping supply store in Watertown, and I'm here tonight to get the public opinion and see what's going on, and hopefully to advocate a little for my cause. Smoked for 4 years throughout college, but I've been smoke-free thanks to vaping for 4 years now. Not all electronic cigarettes look like cigarettes. There's all different kinds of models, and they all have different features. This one is a very high-end enthusiast device where you can rebuild the heating coils that make the liquid turn into vapor. This is a model that has a very large battery, so it lasts a long time without needing to charge it. And you can customize the experience to whatever you want.
The high school youth that were surveyed had used the partnership. What we talked about predominantly was the need to keep e-cigarettes out of the hands of young people, and the fact that these products are really targeted toward youth with their flavors, with the colorful packaging, and we're increasingly becoming concerned because young people are using them at greater rates than in the past couple of years. The rates have actually doubled.
And I've been using nicotine for 4 years because I get benefit from nicotine. I get better pleasure.
I do like the fact that everyone here agreed that electronic cigarettes appear to be much less of a risk than traditional tobacco smoke. I've known for a long time this because I've seen the effects of in my health personally. So the fact that they're not trying to ban the products outright or severely restrict them is good. I'm all for age restriction. I don't believe that anyone that's under the legal smoking age should be able to legally purchase these products.
Becoming an Eagle Scout is an important and significant step in a Boy Scout's life. To become an Eagle Scout, one has to develop and complete an Eagle Leadership Service project for their community. Projects tend to be unique and cover a wide range of topics as well as span various aspects of that community. A South Shore Scout has developed a book drive to support Kingston's Healthy Families program, and PCN caught up with him at his school to hear more.
The book drive that I'm doing, I will be collecting books for the Healthy Families program. Once I get the books from the locations at the end of the book drive, I will then give the books to the program Healthy Families. Once I give the books to the program Healthy Families, the home visitors who work for Healthy Families will then bring the books to the teen mothers, who will then benefit from being able to read to their children and being able to have books in their house.
So Healthy Families is a home visiting program for teen moms, and home visitors go out we go weekly, bi-weekly basis from birth until the children turn 3. In going to the homes, we find there are not a lot of books. And one of the things we work on is child development and literacy. And so I started to think, how can we get books for these families? I went to a couple of meetings and talked to people about it, and they said, well, you could have a book drive. So I thought, okay, I could do a book drive. I said, I wonder if this would make a good Eagle project. So I approached Adam about what did he think about doing a book drive for an Eagle project, and he seemed interested, went to the Eagle Board of Review, and he had to go there to get it approved. They approved it, and it's kind of just mushroomed from there, ballooned from there.
I needed an Eagle Scout project. An Eagle Scout project, it's needed to obtain the rank of Eagle Scout. The rank of Eagle Scout is the most prestigious rank in the Boy Scouts, and it can help me get into a college if I wanted to, or it can help me get a job in the future, so that's huge for me.
The locations where the boxes are going are like Kingston Library. There's also like Plymouth North and South High School, Plymouth Library, Duxbury High School, I think Duxbury Library, Marshfield High School, Marshfield Library.
I would hope that the teen mothers that get these books use them to their ability, improve their reading skills, because a lot of them have dropped out of high school, and that they read to their kids. For that was a huge part of my child development, for my mom read to me, and I hope that other kids get that chance to do that too.
Vector Control, a company set up to deal with insects that transmit diseases, held an informational event on mosquitoes and ticks and how communities can set up controls to deal with these populations. Topics range from professional pest control to proper bug spray. PCN was there to bring you this important and timely information.
Sheila contracted Tripoli in 2006, and this is a survivor's story. When they say that you survive from Eastern equefeline encephalitis, as Georgia said, I also know Wendy, it's not pretty. It's not heartbreak. You're not out doing what you did before you got sick.
Auntie got sick, comatose, because of a bug bite, a mosquito with encephalitis, meningitis. Before I knew it, we were headed to Boston. The trauma, brain damage, coma, seizures from a mosquito. The only relief was a medically induced coma. The body needed to heal. We never saw this coming. A bug bite. We think that they're harmless, inconsequential. They're not. We found out the hard way. There was nothing we could do. I prayed. It was a 1 in a million shot, but she died because of one mosquito. It changed a life. It changed many lives. One bug, small, tiny, inconsequential, impacted all the lives that Sheila knew. It can happen. It does happen.
Here we have one of the least of God's creatures that can kill people with one bite. Okay? Mosquitoes are the most dangerous critter on the planet, bar none. Nothing else comes even close. Sharks, lions, you name it. Nothing kills as many people as mosquitoes does. The likelihood of you actually getting the disease from the infection is somewhat low. But I've had people say, what's the big deal? I mean, I'm probably not going to get it even if I get bitten by a mosquito with it. Well, you're playing Russian roulette is what you're doing, which isn't real smart in the 21st century of the world's most technologically advanced country. And people have an excessive belief in curative medicine. Now, you get a virus, it's going to run its course, and medical science can do what it can, but it's not going to cure you of it. They're just going to make you comfortable. So people believe that if I go to the hospital, they're going to make me better. Not necessarily true. Dr. WHO Director General, this is what she's saying. They're not going to get any better. It's going to get worse. That's really sad when you think about it. And it's preventable. It's all preventable. We have the tools if we have the will to do it.
Apply just enough. You don't need to put a lot of the repellent on there. It's usually repellents should be used in a way that it doesn't really run off. You don't need much to get the efficacy that is needed. There's certain habitats where ticks hang out, and that's where the chance that you pick up ticks is much higher. And so you can minimize that by keeping the grass short and keeping shrubs maintained and short. Leaf, litter, and things like that are habitat for ticks. So, and when you're out in the woods, walk in the middle of the trail. And then again, there are the measures to minimize the chance that ticks get on you.
The Plymouth Farmers Market begins its 11th outdoor season June 5th at Plymouth Plantation. The market, which has over 40 vendors, runs rain or shine every Thursday from 2:30 to 6:30. Vendors offer locally grown foods, both certified and conventional. And as well, there are artisans and local musicians. New this year is more ready-to-eat options for people who want to grab something fresh and prepared on the go. Each Thursday at 4 p.m., the market also offers a food demonstration called Culinary Insights. The series showcases local chefs, educators, and health and wellness professionals. Each week you can visit the market. You can find incredible local foods from meats to breads and vegetables to ice cream. As you shop there, there's a local band on hand to entertain you. This market prides itself on drawing attention to the agricultural diversity of our region as it sustains a vibrant, local food economy, promotes local food literacy, and helps the community to prepare healthy, locally grown meals. Be sure to visit on any Thursday through October.
Our health and wellness segment brings us back to FitWorks in Pembroke for some nutrition tips for diabetics.
Hi, my name is Gabe Sirota. I'm the manager here at FitWorks. I'm here for PCN's Health and Wellness segment to talk to you a little bit today about nutrition, but specifically nutrition for type 2 diabetics and for overall weight loss and general health. One of the things that we know is that by controlling the amount of sugar you take into your body, you can keep your blood sugar levels in check. Plus, it helps with weight loss because generally we don't utilize all that sugar. It ends up being stored on the body. The body stores that excess sugar as fat, and that's exactly what we don't want. There are a number of different nutrition plans out there, but the bottom line is we know that by controlling processed white carbohydrates, keeping added sugar at a minimum, making sure you're getting enough vegetables, fruits, and lean proteins can really set you on track, not just for health, but also for weight loss. And it's interesting how the type 2 diabetes, which many of us are facing going forward, and the weight loss go hand in hand because both of those syndromes or situations are benefited by watching your sugar intake. That's the real number one issue. Additionally, we just want to make sure you have a full meal plan that is balanced and includes all kinds of foods with all the colors from the rainbow to make sure that you're getting all the nutrients you need to live a healthy, happy life.
Town Talk this week brings a June update from the town of Pembroke.
Well, hi folks, this is Ed Thorne, Town Administrator for Pembroke, and we're going to give you a little heads up on what we have in store for the month of June regarding projects in the town. A lot of it will be recreational oriented. We're going to be looking at programs to upgrade some of our facilities in town, that being the Herring Run Park, the Birch Street Park, and the playground that's behind the community center. A lot of these projects are going to be applied for with community preservation money. We're thinking about really improving those three areas. They're very well attended, and we think that the public will enjoy some of the amenities that we put into those facilities as well. We're also going to be doing some improvements to our recycling center based on grants that we received from the Department of Environmental Protection. We'll be putting new 40-yard roll-offs in there to facilitate our recycling program. And we've got money to send out for new flyers to the public so that we can urge them to increase their recycling efforts, which has been very successful the 3 years that we've been involved in it. So basically the town departments will be working on their recommendations that were put in the Department of Revenue report. We'll be doing those internally. As a result of the town meeting vote, which created 2 enterprise funds for water and solid waste, and also the town administrator bylaw, which was strongly recommended by DOR, town departments and their department heads will be working with me to work on the recommendations that the Department of revenue gave to the Board of Selectmen. So we're looking forward to activities in the center of town now that we have done a lot of work to restore the town green. There was a lot of great work done around the bandstand area with new vegetation and flowers and everything that were planted. And so we're really pleased that the town green is taking on a new life. So we look forward to all the many events that will occur on the town green. And then as the month of June winds down, that'll be time for our swim programs at Oldham Pond and Little Sandy to commence. We are encouraging people to sign up through the town website or the various phone numbers at Recreation and Town Hall here. And we believe that the program itself will probably start around June the 30th, which is a Monday. So we're looking forward to tidying up all of our beaches at Stetson, Little Sandy, and Oldham Pond. And of course, we've acquired new property on Furnace Pond, which we'll be working very hard to make that accessible for the public and make it another enjoyable place for our families to go. So that's my report for June, and we look forward to seeing everybody at our recreational facilities.
Thanks for watching this edition of PACTV Community News. Replay times are listed at pactv.org. Click on the PCN logo to watch each complete edition or individual story.
Be sure to see us on YouTube by searching for the PACTV Community News channel. Also, like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter to receive previews each week with links to all of our stories.
And thanks for watching, and please join us next week for another edition of PACTV Community News.